You might think that an outdoor hobby such as bird watching would be best enjoyed in the spring or in the summer under clear blue skies and enjoying the summer sunshine. But for me personally, I think autumn and winter are actually the best times of year to go out birding. So if you've never been bird watching before and you want to give it a go, this could be the perfect time of year to pick up those binoculars and try it out. So I'm out on a walk today in my local woods to tell you why you should go bird watching this autumn and winter. Let's get to it. My first reason is that I think birdwatching is easier in the winter, and that is because the trees lose all their leaves. So it's much easier to find, locate and identify a bird in a tree. In the spring, when trees are covered in leaves, even if a bird is singing or calling really loudly, it can be really difficult to locate it in the tree, and you do not have that problem in autumn. Reason number 2 is berries. So at this time of year, loads of different trees are in fruit, from hawthorn, blackthorn, rowan, holly, and all these different berries act as a feast for loads of different birds. So if you can find a tree or hedgerow covered in berries, just stop, spend a moment and have a little look, see what birds you can spot feeding on the berries, because birds will come from all over to feast on this berry bonanza. Another reason I like bird watching in the autumn was that bird that was just flying then. That was a jay. For most of the year, they're really secretive birds, but in the autumn, they're really busy finding acorns and nuts to see them through the winter. Another reason I love the autumn is the autumn migration. So we get birds coming into the country to enjoy our milder winters. For example, redwing and fieldfare come over from Scandinavia to feed on all those berries. And yes, we might lose some fan favourites like swallows and swifts, but I do love seeing the redwings arrive. So if you go out bird watching this year, you might see some birds that you've never seen before that you won't see in the spring and summer. And it's not just new species that migrate during this time of year. Some of our resident birds, like blackbirds and robins, will see a boost in numbers as birds join our resident populations. So you might see more blackbirds or more robins out on your walks and in your gardens at this time of year too. We also see an increase in some of our smaller birds, like the goldcrest and firecrest, the joint smallest birds in the UK, have a boost in numbers as birds migrate over to enjoy our milder winters. Another great reason to pick up the binoculars this time of year is to see some proper sexy ducks. It's because around this time of year, around December in the winter time, loads of different species of duck and waterfowl will start forming their pairs ahead of their breeding season. So it's this time of year that the males in particular have to look especially sexy and attractive in order to get a mate. So if you can get down to your local park or lake or wetlands, you should be treated to a whole series of extra sexy ducks. And it's not just the ducks you get to enjoy. Loads of species of geese come over to the UK for winter, forming huge flocks, and swans as well. We actually get 3 species of swan in the UK. The mute swan, which is our resident species that's here all year round, and they're joined by 2 other wonderful species, the hooper and the Buick swan. So that's 3 species of swan that you can try and spot this winter. I'm at a little bit of a wetland in my woods at the moment where sometimes you can get a few waterfowl species, coots, moorhen, mallard, but nothing seems to be there today. But you know, that's part of birding, unpredictable. That just makes it even more special when you do see a bird you're looking for. One of my favourite events in the entire British wildlife calendar takes place over the winter, and that is the starling murmuration. So starlings are a resident species of bird that we have in the UK all year round, but in the autumn and the winter their numbers increase massively as migrant birds join our resident population, and each evening before they go into roost they can form these giant swirling flocks in the sky of up to hundreds and thousands of birds all flying in unison together before they go into roost. It is absolutely spectacular, magic, awe-inspiring. It really is worth it. So look online and see where your nearest starling murmuration is and get down there, because you will not regret it. Honestly, it is so cool. And what makes it more special is that they don't really understand why they do it, why they form these giant dancing, swirling clouds in the sky. It could be a way to ward off predators or exchange information about where they've been foraging during the day. And I think that mystery just adds a little bit more, something more special to the starling murmuration. So get down there and enjoy them this winter. Just wandered somewhere I've never been before and I found some buddies. Hello. How you doing, mate? You alright? Yes, sound. See you later. Another thing I love about bird watching in the autumn, or just being outside in general during the colder months, is that you get some fantastic scenery. The colours are brilliant. A winter sunset is just mwah. The colours of the leaves. You can get to green woodpecker. Did you hear that? Fantastic. Well, what was I talking about? Yeah, ooh, he's loud. Another thing I love about being outside in the autumn and the winter is that the feeling of getting back inside at the end of it all, getting into your cozies, getting warm, it just feels extra special, like you've earned the coziness from being out in the elements all day. And if you can finish your day of bird watching in a lovely little pub in front of a fireplace with a pint of Doom Bar, now that is what I call the perfect winter weekend day of birding. You should definitely give it a try. Just stopped in this nice sunny spot and look who's joined me. Who's that? Hiya, buddy. Cool. Under the careful eye of the ram, I'm going to tell you about my final reason that I think you should get into bird watching this autumn and winter, and that's because I believe it is good for you. I really struggle this time of year when the clocks go back and it gets darker and wetter. I can find my mood really falls, and that could be for lots of reasons, because it's harder to get exercise, we're not getting enough vitamin D. But this time of year can be tricky for lots of us, and that's why I think you got to go look at some ducks. The NHS has on their website their 5 ways to well-being. These are their 5 avenues that you can explore to try and boost your mood. And I believe you can do all of these through bird watching. So the first one is take notice. So you're definitely doing that when you're birding. You're always looking around, using your eyes, your ears, trying to find the best bird. So you're definitely doing that. The second one is be active. So again, you're doing that all the time. You're getting fresh air, you're moving around, you're walking, trying to find some nice birdies. You're definitely being active. The third one is connect. That could be with nature, with other people. You'd be amazed if you put on some binoculars or have your camera around your neck, or if you're spotted by someone as you're studying a bush, people will come over and be like, hey, what have you seen? Seen anything exciting today? And you start having nice chats with other people who are interested in nature or birds. And it's just a real nice way to chat to some friendly people when you're out and about. So you definitely do that. The fourth one is learn. So there's loads to learn about birds. We get over 600 species visit the UK. So there's loads to learn. But if you just learn a few species, you'll be able to see them all the time and you'll start building up, and that feeling of learning a new skill is really rewarding and good for you. And finally, the last one is give back. So doing something for other people or for birds or for nature, doing something for something other than yourself is a really great way to boost your mood. So putting up some bird feeders in the garden, sticking up a bird box, planting some wildflowers, doing something to help out nature can be really rewarding and help boost your mood. And for that, I believe that bird watching ticks off all 5 ways to well-being, and that is why it's good for you and why you should definitely be doing it, especially at this time of year that can be so difficult. So there we have it, everybody. Those are my reasons why I think you should get into bird watching, especially during these colder autumn and winter months. If you do go bird watching, please let me know what birds you'd spot. I'd love to hear from you. Little wren. A little machine gun call. Fantastic. Well, where was I? If you do go bird watching this autumn and winter, let me know what birds you'd spot, because I'd love to hear from you. And although it's been a long time since I've made a video, I do want to start getting back into making YouTube videos again. So any support you can give the channel, a subscribe, a comment, a like, will really help motivate me make more videos about nature and birds in the future. So thank you so much for watching, especially all the way to the end. Happy bird watching, and hopefully I'll see you in another video. Alright, see you later. Ta-da then, bye-bye.